hello, and welcome back to more Shadowrun Hong Kong Enhanced Edition. Yep, that's right, we're back after a good, solid, long wait, and time to get re-familiar with what's going on. I believe where we left off, we just finished Kindly Chang's job in the walled city, and we've become, I guess at this point, full-fledged Shadowrunners. I'm currently sitting on 12 karma to spend. What are we going to spend it in? I'm not sure. Still looking at probably melee weapons for this run, but I could easily just switch into unarmed at this point. Intelligence is pretty good at that point at the moment. Willpower, pretty good at that point. Maybe upgrade to some of these. Maybe. Charisma, it's also very tempting to spend 7 just to get that next etiquette. But for now, I think we're just gonna keep hoarding on to this stuff like a good old dragon. Never gotta deal with a dragon. Alright. So now we gotta go to the waterfront. And now everything, including shop vendors, will be pretty much open to us. So we're gonna have a little... Is it open? Apparently that isn't. That isn't. Oh boy, am I horribly misremembering this? I think I've got to go back here. Mahjong parlor. Okay. Vanishing. Look, it's Strangler Bow. Begin to with a finger. An acetylene torch lies at the table at Cheng's right hand. I wonder what she was doing. How'd you sleep, my little ones? Fine. What's to deal with that guy? Shitbird here is a plainclothes cop. Snuck into the area last night while you were sleeping. When you get to us first. Picked him up outside the trawler. Saw to it that my rest was undisturbed. How kind. You can thank Mr. Bao for that. Thanks for guaranteeing our safety, Mr. Bao. Finds his head a quarter of an inch. It's somewhere. Shipbird, tell me, my friends here, what you have told me. I don't know anything, I swear. I just got the orders last night. Somebody high up wants these two dead. The whole department is on it. I don't know anything else. How high? All the way. All the way up. Someone in the council. Someone in the executive council wants these two dead? Fuck your ancestors to the 18th generation. Give me the truth. It's the truth, madam, I swear. Whoever it was that labeled them as terrorists were to terminate with extreme prejudice. Ugh. Words. Digs her fingers into his scalp. Points his eye up. Searches his eyes with her own. That's it. For whatever reason, last night, someone on the Executive Council of the Free Enterprise Zone ordered the Hong Kong police force to kill nobodies from Seattle. I find that fascinating, don't you? Yeah, but why label us terrorists? Propriety, my darling. When the government has someone gunned down, they prefer to make it appear justified. People feel safer when their murderers feel like a part of civilization. My, but you have definitely fallen into the deep end of the pool, though. Seattle ain't like Hong Kong. There are megacorps. There, the megacorps control the government. Here, the corps are the government. The Executive Council is chosen by the Corporate Board of Governors. Hong Kong government in one tiny package. 8 people call all the shots. Neat and efficient. For the wage slaves and civilian sheep, the corporations are the pantheon of gods who wield absolute power. She looks around the room. But not for us. Who else knows about my guest visit to Hoy, shitbird? No one. Hadn't called it in yet. But wanted the kill for myself. No one knows they're here, I swear. Mr. Bao? He's telling the truth. No outgoing calls from his PDA. Very good. Thank you, Bao. And you. Thank you for your honesty. Oh, there he goes. I was wondering what we were going to do with him. He knew, my darling. He knew. It's clear our friend Raymond Black was up to something involving the World City. Something having to do with prosperity. And this executive council member wanted Raymond dead for it. Now they want you dead for it too. The plastic-faced man may show up on your door one day too. I have a proposal for you, my sweets. Work for me. 2 runners dead, got 2 openings, needs them filled with deniable assets. Yeah, see Duncan, I knew it. She wants us to become Shadowrunners. Yeah, you saw that coming. In exchange, I will keep you safe from pests like this one. You'll have safe harbor here in my town, and a steady source of income. You're putting a lot of effort to help a pair of foreigners. Ah, valued business associates, of course. Well, aren't we Westerners? A surprise! Good, good. I like being a surprise. Finder fee, very civilized. Let me help you make money. Kylie Chen will be your partner. Just like you said, Kenny, Shadowrun is glad I had some time to think about it. Process. I've actually never had this dialogue line before. Ah, fuck it, I'm not a cop anymore. That guy's dead. I'm in. What about you? I'm in it too. I don't have anything back home anyway. Yeah. You might want to ask yourself why someday. Alright, I'm in, but it's temporary. Raymond's alive, I'm sure of it. Then it's done. Hoy is up to you now. It's open to you now. There we go. Now we can go talk to people. I think we've already got you covered, Gunshow. Sorry, I skipped through that. Basically saying, gotta think of Shadowrun names for you lot. Fits, don't it? Indeed. Yeah, I knew that was gonna stick. It has stuck. Gobbet, Isabel, we'll handle this the same way we did with all your previous work. Computer on the boat. Got it. YM. Process of elimination. Decker. Silly Shaman. And Gunshow. Judge some best of the worst, huh? Most equipped for the role. Well, I had to handle Ziggy. I'm gonna dust it off. Yeah, haven't been Ziggy for a long time. Of course, I was never named Ziggy, because that wouldn't make sense, but welcome to the Shadow, Ziggy. Alright, and first order of business, we decide what starting skills our crew has. Alright. We'll start off with Gobbet. So we can either take Territorial or Spiritualist. Territorial gives us improvement to our ranged combat skill and SMG specialization by 1. That's not bad. Or spirits never break away in the first 2 rounds after summoning him. I've never really had a problem with that. Then again, I never pushed it too hard, but honestly I think that's better. In terms with Isabel, can fire remote mines that can be triggered to detonate at will, or the Tar Blaster. And I always go with the Tar Blaster because it's just so good. So very good. Duncan. For Duncan, it's always an interesting choice with me and him. In this case, I'm probably... Oh geez, I'm sorry about like how my S's are sounding. I don't know why that happens. I don't usually... It's not a habit I usually let slip in normal conversation. At least I'm not aware of. I'll try and get a handle on that. But sorry if that's annoying you people. Anyway, for Duncan, Beanbag, I think is his better of the first two. So we're gonna grab that for them all. Just a reminder, we got the Beanbag, the program, and the machine gun improve. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. That was just basically feel free to do what you need to do. So let's go talk to people now that we have the option to. Start off with Reliable Matthew. Ah, smooth jazz. Lovely. Well, he looks like the friendly salesman type. Hey there, beautiful. Welcome to our little floating haven. Heaven. You got a discerning look to you. What brings you to Reliable Matthew's Robot Bazaar? Are you calling me beautiful? You know it, beautiful. I hope I don't offend. I just can't help it. To me, everybody's beautiful, baby. Right back at you, beautiful. Ah, a man after my own heart. You're Reliable Matt? Reliable Matthew Shun at your service. How about it? Yeah, sure, shake his hand. Pleasure to meet you. Anyways, always, welcome to our little patch of peace on the river. I think you'll really love Hoi. It's just a fantastic place. Yeah, sure, what's in your combat models? Like you and no smile. Funny you should ask, I've got a Doberman that I'm selling at an incredible bargain price. Shall we take a look? Ah, incredible bargains, huh? They fall off the back of a truck? You implying that they're stolen? If so, you are mistaken, good sir. Merchandise is provided only by trusted suppliers who certify the authenticity of workability of their goods. How about the untraceability? Absolutely. That's good. Can I be a supplier if I have a spare drone? Community in good standing, have good references and pass a background check. Or, if all you have is a drone, I can work with you. Where do these supplies get them? Where do fans, prawns, and soy chips come from? Or Lucy's lovely textiles, or the electricity for the lights? Where do we get this glorious bluebird sky? Yeah, pretty glorious. Alright, might as well see what models you have. Haven't really played much of a drone user, though I might muck around with it in another game at some point. Not too interested in the armor design here, so I won't bother with it. Goodbye, Matthew. Thanks for having a talk with us. Alright, next off, we've got this lovely guy over here, Jin. Or Gin? I think it's Jin. Basically, the Three Stooges of various age groups. I think they're playing Go. Ah, you got me there, Jin. Well, hello there, young man. Something you need? Just a gawker, show. It's your turn. Name's Ziggy. Got a second to answer a question or two? I could use a short break. How about you, Jin? Yeah, fine. A short break. The young man looks to be in his early 30s, but it's difficult to tell. Smooth and supple skin. Oh, man's eyes raised from go board and study the elders. He nods. I've been hearing about strange dreams here in the hallway. Have you had any nightmares recently? What a coincidence. Wasn't but an hour ago that we were all discussing that very thing. We've been having bad dreams, every one of us. Interesting. Do you mind sharing? What makes you think we'll be comfortable sharing our dreams with a complete stranger? Seems like a good way to get ourselves in trouble, specifically with you kids who can do that matrix you all love so much. Peh. Don't mind him. He's always been a poor sport. But he raises a good point. Some of our dreams contain information best left private, just as yours do, I'm sure. Having just met, how can we be sure that you respect our personal information? Wow, I'll tell you. I believe you're trustworthy. Please, Ziggy, make yourself comfortable. I'll share my dream with you. Appreciate it. Go ahead. I appreciate you. Oh god. I dreamed a long, dingy hole. When faced with such a thing, one generally walks its length, so I lifted my right foot and placed it in front of me. But upon taking that first step, I found myself instead drawn down an alleyway to my left. It wasn't there before. This alley appeared only as I began to walk. Moved down the alley? Found myself surrounded by friends and loved ones. They all stood there, silently watching me with smiles on their faces. As I passed each and one of them, they fell to the ground in my wake, dropping like puppets with severed strings. Somehow I knew that if I followed this road to the end, I could have everything I ever dreamed of, but I woke before I could reach it. I too saw the long hole. My own experience was different, however. The hole was far off on the distance, and I was looking down on it from a strange angle. As I thought, as though I was perched on a wall high above. He pauses, looks at you. You know, young man, Ziggy, you look much like the person I saw walking that hole. A great and terrible shadow followed. Didn't go ahead. I've changed my mind. I don't want to share my dream. Ah, nonsense. We both told him ours, and now it's your turn. It's fine. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. See? Straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have to. Jin, this is important. Alright. But don't you go repeating any of this, you hear me? Begins as a nightmare. Failures and mistakes I've made through life, the people I've let down. The competitors I've crushed, the wife who died in hospice without me. I dreamed of the family that I abandoned. But then I dreamed of the walled city. I stood before it and its doors opened to me, and when I passed inside, all of my guilt fell away. It's as though the city had absolved me, washed away my guilt, and I remember feeling happy. There, I did it. You happy? Thank you, Jin. You have my thanks too. Yeah. Now can we change the subject? My ult's acting up. This sort of thing normal? If it were normal, we would not be huddled around discussing them in whispers now, would we? Especially in this rain. Jesus Christ. And pretty bitter. No, not common. Remembrance of an old man. Looks like the break's over. Thanks, good luck with your game. Alright, there's two more people I'm going to talk to for now, and then we'll get along with the game. Don't want to take up too much time of an episode just talking. Which actually brings me to something that I'll probably be doing. I'll probably be labeling an episode every so often as what I would call a plot dump. Where it'll just basically be an episode of me running around talking to people. And at that point, it's up to you to decide, lovely viewers, that whether or not you want to watch said full video. Don't mess with the law. Never noticed that before, huh? Anyway, but I haven't decided whether that's going to be anything. Laura, I'm definitely going to talk to. Techie stuff. Did the PDA I got. What do you want? Tell me about it. Well, thanks for it. That's what we do. Technology Palace. I'm Maximum Law. The Maximum Law, yo. Oh boy. I found this while poking around the wall of the city. It's worth anything? 120. Sure, take it. Sweet. You got some exposed wires over there. Yo, what are you, my mother? Station's hollow sign. Must cost you a small fortune in electricity. Whatever, I'm not paying for it. Powered up in the big human DC cable in the river. So basically a lot of free power. The Lighthouse of Boom. Fair enough. VR goggles? Picky's trying to proxy for astral perception with gadgets. Cute. Just not installed them. We might have need of them in the future. And unfortunately, we're not here for tech. That's one again, not a role I'm playing. But there is someone I've got to go talk to. No, not him. But I will be talking to him in probably an episode or two. Just because you can sort of get through a bunch of dialogue options at once. I'm gonna talk to this guy, Spider Shen. Looks like a monk. Monk Shen. People call me Spider Shen on account of the spiders back there. You're not local, not by a long shot. What tipped you off? Body language. Swords, knives, clubs, I sell it all. You're a monk and a weapons dealer? Yeah. Where else would the ancient masters have gotten their legendary swords and spears? Down at the mall? I was a Wudang Mountain for 15 years. Ooh, Wudang Mountain. Oh, to you, movie buffs. Tell me what that's mentioned for, Anyway, I've been practicing Jing Quan my entire life. That's how I learned the herbs as well as the forms. It just so happens I'm good in the forge too. Alright, what's Jing Quan? Play low, one fist against hip with the other extended in open palm. The 5-element fist style. Water grows wood, which burns to become fire. Fire creates ash and earth, which condenses into metal, etc. etc. The forms cycle the 5 elements and opposing elements block each other. A water fist will break a wooden defense, but a water block will extinguish fire. Should one use a water interception on a metal fist, however, water will be smashed apart. Direct, simple, powerful. Not so elegant as Bai Jing Quan or Tai Chi, but much more powerful. With by a massive amount of force. Fist would fit perfectly. Power comes from focus, and focus comes from practice and meditation. Jing Quan produces more power than most of the forms of Kung Fu, and applies it in a highly focused way. So why become a weapons dealer out here? I was a runaway. Street orphan in Aberdeen. One day an old man who called himself Wu offered to take me in and let me make something of myself, as long as I worked hard. Nothing in this life is free, friend, not even Grandfather Wu's help, so I work for him now. Triad? Obviously. You think I'm in Kindly's little haven for no reason? She and Grandfather Wu are on good terms. I don't get in her way, I pay a cut to her, and everybody seems happy. Even Wu, because I solve problems for him. Alright, what's the deal with your weapons? Cutting blade, I can make the carbide blade burst into flames. I can make it sing with joy in combat. Anyone can make steel, not anyone can awaken its soul. Okay, get the picture. Well, let's have a look at your wares. Alright, here's what we're basically going to do here. Attack that does low damage but slows. Does it tell me? Medium cover bonus to magic spells. We're definitely getting that. Oh, but I don't think I'll have to check if we have the right thing for that. But what we're going to definitely do is we're going to get the katana for now. And confirm. That's all for now. And then we're going to check something real quick before this video ends. I've still got plenty, a bit of time. Okay. Karma, and check if we can get that particular thing. Yes, we can totally get magic resistance, and so that is what we're gonna do. Take a look at your wares. And to get magic resistance, confirm. It goes into a slot here. Confirm. Look at your wares, and we're actually gonna sell items if we can. Can't do it from this menu. You know what? I'm not gonna get the Street Monk outfit at the moment. What we are going to do is go back. Well, how much money do we have left now after that? 1,359. We're gonna save that for now. Or at least we're gonna go get a job first. Oh, excellent. Go here. Hey, here's the crazy mad scientist we were alerted to a bit. Raptor. Super hot. I was wondering when we'd meet the new neighbor. Please, stay where you are. I'll be with you in just a moment. And unless you fancy an unplanned trip to Crow Alley, don't touch anything. There are all manner of tools in here that could take your hand clean off. Thanks for the warning. Don't mention it. I have no interest in seeing anyone hurt in my shop, especially not my upstairs neighbor. Yeah, let's try and see what's on the screen. Design software, slim spidery appendages. Very good, yes, that's coming along nicely. Very nicely indeed. Ah, here he is, one of my favorite characters of the game. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Wu. Kenny Wu. Good to meet you. Ah, and you as well. Now tell me, what can I do for... With alarming speed, a sinister-looking drone scuttles out from under the work table. Movements are surprisingly agile and fluid. The machine rears back menacingly, spreading its four legs in a clear sign of aggression. Please, don't mind the drone. He can be territorial, but so as long as you remain civil, he will not bite. Actor. My compatible counterpart here is called Koshe. A pleasure. Very pleased to meet you, my friend. In a community such as Hawaii, it's important to be on good terms with one's neighbors. I would like to ask you some questions if you have the time. You Russian? Nizhny Novgorod. Let's go there. How many languages do you speak? 15. Learned literate in 12, however. That's still impressive. Perhaps when compared to the common man, but I've known a great many polyglots who can and do put me to shame. What do you see outside of corporate setting? Looks like they've been taken from an automotive assembly plant. Good guess. That's precisely what they are. They fell off the boat, you might say. I think I'm getting the idea of what this guy is. Gosh, is an interesting name for a drone. Don't have academic, so unfortunately can't ask him about that. It's a good one to get, and I might get it as my second choice. Koshi the Deathless, as he was called, and for good reason. His soul was cleverly hidden outside of his body, and he could not be killed so long as he remained intact. Villain and notorious kidnapper of women. Oh! We'll just wrap this little dialogue up, and that'll be the end of the video. So, and is your name Deathless like its namesake? In that manner of speaking? Plans to make an automate self-repair, but research was lost. What did you mean? You designed drone parts. How'd you learn to do that? Can't be cheap. How do you afford it? Right, so it's always a work I can turn to. You said you did other work besides consulting. Care to tell me what kind? Maybe, but we're having a personal conversation. Indeed we are. Tell you what, I'm just gonna guess. You're a Shadowrunner, aren't you? I dislike the term, but yes, I run in the shadows. Your drone, you're living in a rusted out boat in Hawaii. There's gotta be a reason for that. You're correct, of course. Designing robots is my passion, but it doesn't always pay the bills. Seems like everybody is free runs in shadows. Want to pull our resources and work together. Doing call unknown. Decker, me. Yeah, we have a shaman and Decker, both competent at their jobs. And there we go. Welcome aboard, Ractor. And on that note, we'll leave this video here. As always, keep watching if you want to see more. Bye.